Good morning, everybody. It's Jeff Goldberg for the Sales Pro Network. It is Friday, August 9th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you haven't joined us before, I'm your host. I'm a sales coach and trainer, and I work with both individuals and organizations to help them achieve measurable and sustainable sales increases. And I founded the Sales Pro Network to elevate the profession of sales. If you've been with us before, you know that every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we either do a live training or a live interview with someone who can add value to the profession of sales. And I'm going to have to tap dance here for a minute or two because our guest is not here yet. And let's see if he's going to show up. At any rate, while I'm waiting for our guest to hopefully show up in the next minute or two, I'm going to share something that's been going on in the last couple of weeks. I've been doing a lot of training. I do one-on-one coaching and group coaching. I do outsource sales management. And of course, I'm best known as a sales trainer. I've worked with individuals and organizations all over the world. And I've been doing a lot of training in the last couple of weeks. And whenever I do training, I always get to a point when we're talking about selling skills where I let people know about what I consider to be the most important thing that I can possibly teach them. And if there's one thing I want them to walk away, it's this thing. And that is what I call, well, I used to call BNAS, and now I call BNASTY, be nasty. And that stands for best next action step towards yes. And it's very simple. If you want to stop getting ghosted, if you want to shorten your sales cycle, if you want to close more business and make sure you're working with interested people as opposed to wasting your time, you never want to leave a meeting or a phone call without setting up the next meeting or phone call right then and there. This is a guaranteed moneymaker, my friends. I don't guarantee anything. I don't make promises I can't keep. I don't guarantee anything that I can't deliver. But I guarantee you that if you implement this for yourself and your company, you will absolutely positively see more income because you'll close more business and you'll waste less time. So the typical salesperson, when they end a meeting, they'll end it by saying something like, hey, John, really great talking to you today. I'm going to go back to my office and think about everything we talked about and put some ideas on paper. And as soon as I've got those ready for you, I'll reach out to you again. I'll give you another call. We'll set up another meeting. I'll come back and share my ideas. And that way you'll have all the information you need to make an intelligent decision whenever you're ready. How does that sound to you, John? And the John in this case always says, sounds great. Why? Because it does sound great. Because what did John just agree to? John said it's okay with him if I, the salesperson, go back to my office or get off a Zoom call. I'm sitting in my office and I do a lot of work putting together a proposal for him. And then he said it's okay if I try to call him. He did not say he'd take my call if I called him. He didn't say if I got him on the phone, he'd give me another appointment to take a look at my proposal. He just said if I want to go back and spend a lot of time writing up a proposal and call him, that's okay with him. The better way would be to end the meeting like this. Hey, John. Great meeting today. You've given me a lot of excellent information. Here's what I think we should do. I'd like to go back to my office, think about everything we talked about, jot some ideas down on paper on how we can increase sales at Hilco. And I'd like to come back and share those ideas with you next Tuesday at 3. Well, if John agrees to that, I know one thing for certain. John is interested. Because a busy executive like John is not going to give me some of his time and then agree to give me more of his valuable time unless he's interested in what I have to offer. So it looks like at 10:03, our guest is not going to show up. So I'll leave you with, unless anybody has any questions, I see my friend John Hill is here in the audience today. Good to see you, John, and thank you for always being with us. If you would like to shorten your sales process, because every time you get that next meeting, every time you set a next meeting while you're at that current meeting, you're probably going to save 1 to 3 weeks off your sales cycle, because what you're doing is you're avoiding okay, I've got my proposal ready. Let's say John was interested and now I write up the proposal. So I'm going to call John. Do I get John? John's a very busy man. He may be sitting at his desk and able to pick up the phone, but chances are that he's doing something else. Maybe he's away from his desk. Maybe he's busy with a client. He could be doing 8 million things. So I'm going to leave John a voicemail. But John's interested in this example, so John calls me back. Is he going to get me? Well, not if he calls right now. I turn off my phones when I do this podcast. So he's not going to get through to me, and he's going to leave me a message. And we'll probably trade messages back and forth over a couple of days, could be a couple of weeks. And then once one of us gets the other one on the line, it could easily be another week, 2, 3 weeks, or longer before two busy executives like John and I can coordinate our calendars to go over my proposal. But if I just get that next meeting, be nasty, best next action step towards yes. If I just get that next meeting while I'm with John, I typically believe that every time you do that, you'll shave 1 to 3 weeks off your sales cycle. So, well, it looks like we're not going to do an interview today. I hope at least the couple of people who are listening live will walk away and always be nasty. Get a best next action step towards yes. And I will work hard to confirm next week's guest. I don't remember who it is, but I thought I had heard from today's guest that he said he was going to be here. Maybe something happened. At any rate, sorry about that, guys. Go have a great day and have a great weekend. And please remember that sales is a game of making things happen. So get out there and make sales happen.